Hi guys, how's it going? Kevin here. So I just got back from picking up this week's comics, so I'll just show those off quickly. Yeah, and I'll just jump right into it. Sorry, I just noticed something wrong with the spine. I don't know. Anyway, um, so I think this came out last week, but my store didn't give it to me. It's just a freebie. It's by IDW, Banshee Origins. I know nothing about this, so we'll see. I don't read anything by IDW. I'm not even sure what they put out. I know they do G.I. Joe, and I know they're doing like some Godzilla books. Yeah, nothing really of that kind appeals to me, so we'll see. I think this is also a television show. I'm not entirely sure. So we'll see. Got it for free, so why not? Um, Next from Image, got Comeback number 3. If you haven't read this, check it out. It's a 5-issue miniseries, and number one was good, and number 2 convinced me to go with it for all 5. Um, it's a very interesting story, very unique. Time travel, I guess a little bit of like mystery. Yeah, it's essentially just a time travel book. Interesting concept, interesting twist on that whole genre. So that's interesting. So definitely check this out if you haven't. And really cool covers. Very simple, but I like them a lot. Um, Next, onto DC. Picked up Superboy 16 for the Hell on Earth. Um, and this story is really starting to get interesting. I think you get the Justice League in this issue. I think they're attacking the Fortress of Solitude, which has been taken over by whoever, or at least Superman's having some problems with it there. Um, I'm not wild about this book. Like, reading Hell on Earth, I've never done Superman before, but reading Hell on Earth has convinced me I'm going to keep getting Supergirl for sure, because I like the idea of like a Kryptonian who's kind of unwillingly on Earth or doesn't necessarily like buy into Earth's culture or believe that she should be a defender of like mankind or whatever. Um, I'm thinking about continuing to pick up Superman. I like what Lobdell's doing on that book. Um, like I'm gonna give it a shot because in a major storyline, it's hard to get a feel for like a major crossover event. It's hard to get a feel for where the writer wants to take the book individually. So I think I will be picking up um, Superman maybe to about issue 20 and make a decision there. Superboy, I'm not sold on. Interesting concept for a hero or for a character, I guess. I'm not quite sure what the origins of Superboy were like before the New 52 relaunch, but interesting concept. But I refuse to buy the book just because, like, I'm not a Teen Titans fan. I'm not a Ravengers fan. I don't really like Legion of Superheroes or Legion Lost, although I haven't read much of them. Um, and I just find Superboy gets too bogged down in crossovers. Like it's been out in it was in the Culling, and I know it had some involvement in Legion Lost. I'm not sure if that was the same one, and I know that now it's in this. And it's just it gets too much. You're not going to really ever get like a story about the character, right? So I mean, why bother? Anyway, that was a long rant about nothing. Um, this I decided to give a shot. I've been wanting to check this book out for a while. And I know they got a new writer, and I know it's 30 years into the future in the timeline. So I figured, why not? I'll give it a shot. Demon Knights number 16 looks really cool. Very interesting concept. Um, this is kind of why I like DC. I'm not going to say more than Marvel, but this is why DC continues to hold my interest, is because I don't think you get a book like this in Marvel, like a medieval, um, like superhero book. Like it's an interesting concept. So I'm looking forward to see where that goes. I like the deep history that DC goes for. And that's not even like continuity wise. I mean, like they have Team Seven, they have this, they have. Um, well, I mean, they allude to a lot of past events, so it's interesting. I like that. So we'll see. And the art looks really cool. Interesting concept for a book. Gonna check it out. Looking forward to it. Um, Next, I got Batgirl 16, and this is an amazing cover. I was watching Mr. Fixit Smash's Ben's video, and he said this was his favorite DC cover of the week, and I agree. That's unbelievable. And the Batgirl tie-in to Death of the Family has been really good. I'm saying that as a Batgirl fan, though, so I mean, some people might not enjoy it, but I was getting this book since well, I have from number one, so yeah, definitely looking forward to this. Also looking forward to see where this book goes from there, because there's interesting developments with her brother that were going on before this Death of the Family arc got started, and it's continued in it a little bit, and I want to see where they take it from there. And I hope Ray Fox does justice to this title in this 2-issue run. I have nothing against him doing 2 issues, but I'm excited to see Gail Simone still tell a story on this book. Next, I picked up Batman 16. Looking forward to see where this goes. Major developments in the story. I think it's finally going to, it's been a slow build, but I have been enjoying it. I'm really looking forward to see what Joker has planned in Arkham Asylum. I've heard really good things about this book. I haven't read anything about it yet. I've tried not to spoil it for myself, so I'm really looking forward to that. Probably the first book I read. Batman and Robin 16. Last month when this came out, it was my pick of the week because it was just amazing. The art's great. Really captured Joker's, I guess, insanity. I wasn't wild about this book before that, but everyone says it was good before, I guess 11. That's when I started picking it up, or 12. I'm not sure. One of those two. But I think I'm going to stick with his book now. It's really interesting who writes it. To Sammy Tomasi. Wow. That was bad. But yeah, looking forward to see what happens there. Interesting. Very interesting. Next, on to Marvel. Picked up Captain America #3. I've heard some people don't really like this, but I'm not big into Captain America. And by that I mean I just haven't read a lot, so this isn't going against any deep expectations I have of what a Captain America book should be. So I'm definitely looking forward to giving this a read. And apparently the end of this book is unreal. Again, I haven't spoiled it for myself, but I was flipping through and I maybe saw something I shouldn't, but I'm really interested to see what goes on here. And the book has been impressive. I like that they're taking a chance on a very established character with a very interesting concept. And who is it? Is it Rick Remender? Yeah, Rick Remender. I like Rick Remender's work. So next I got Indestructible Hulk #3. I mean, I guess we finally get this story picking up there. Interested to see where that goes. Interesting concept for this book. I like the idea of Hulk in a very directed way. Interesting artwork. I really do like the artwork in this book. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. And I think Hulk is on the new Secret Avengers team. I've said this before. So I'm really curious to see how much this book will tie in with that, which has some potential for some very interesting stories. So we'll see. Next up, I got New Avengers #2 by Hickman. And I know some people are like, oh, it's just a Black Panther book, but the first issue kind of was. But I'm a big Black Panther fan. I love the character, so I have no problem with that. And I just read the 2-page preview that was floating around the internet, and this looks insane. I guess you get some of the AVX fallout through Namor and Black Panther, and just the whole situation there. And so many characters I love are on this team. Black Bolt, Doctor Strange, Black Panther. I do like Namor, I like Reed Richards. I love Beast. So, I mean, if you haven't checked this out, that's an all-star roster. That's amazing. So, check out this book if you haven't. The first issue was really good. It was probably better than Hickman's Avengers #1. And I think I might like the series more so far. I mean, I haven't read this yet. We've only got 2 issues of the other one and one of this, so I can fairly say that. But yeah, interested to see where this goes and what kind of problems this deals with, and how it connects to the greater Avengers story that's going on in the Avengers book. So it'll be interesting to see that interplay there. Okay, I'm almost done. Next, I got All New X-Men #6, beginning of a new arc. It's probably my favorite Marvel cover this week. It's very simple. I love Kitty Pryde, though, so that might be biased there. She's one of my favorite characters. But I love the shadow of Xavier in the background. I think I read that you get some developments with Angel and him confronting what happened to his past self, or his future self in the case of the Angel from the past. So should be interesting. Excited for Uncanny X-Men to start to see where the interplay between these 2 books will be, and even Wolverine and the X-Men and Uncanny X-Force and whatever. I think that I'm hoping that there's going to be some sort of overarching theme there. Not necessarily a crossover, but just some interplay between those books. Yeah, so that's that. Next, I got X-Men 40. And I mean, this book has been enjoyable. I've only read a few issues of it. I jumped on it really late. But I love that team. but I'm way more excited for the new X-Men team to come out. I don't know. I think it's coming out in April, and it's Kitty Pryde, Rogue, Storm, Jubilee, Rachel Gray, who I don't know too much about, and who else? Psylocke, maybe? I think that might be who it is. All-female cast, getting that book for sure. Not just because it's an all-female cast, but because, like, I love so many of those characters. If you put Scarlet Witch on that team, then unbelievable. But, yeah, looking forward to that. I think that book has a lot of potential, and I'm wondering how big of a role it will play in the like overarching Marvel universe, because I know that this book is kind of just like dismissed and pushed aside, but it's been really good from what I've read, and that's a really cool team. So we'll see where that goes. And last, and I don't know how long I'm going to stick with this, but I got Wolverine, Savage Wolverine #1. I'm not a huge Wolverine fan. I don't know how long this series is going to go. I don't know if this is like a mini series in disguise, or if Savage Wolverine is just going to move outside of the Savage Land and just be like maybe a different kind of Wolverine title. But the art looks really good. I know some people don't like. Is it Cho's art? I think it is Cho. I think people don't like his art. I think one of the complaints is he makes all the people look the same. All the characters look the same. So we'll see about that. I haven't read it yet. But I do think it's an interesting idea, and if done right, I'll definitely be on board. But I'm not a huge Wolverine fan, so it's going to have to sell me on wanting to pick up this title. I'm also going to pick up Wolverine #1 of the other series that comes out next month, or in March, I think. Just because, I mean, I say I'm not a Wolverine fan, but I haven't really given a solo series a huge shot, so I'm willing to check them out, see what they do, and like judge it from there. And anyway, I just picked up 2 back issues because I'm working on my Fantastic Four. So they're not important or anything, but it's just Fantastic Four, what is this, 573 from Hickman's recent run. I just was missing that. And this is from Volume 2. This is number 3 from 1997. Very interesting cover. You got Namor and Sue Richards there, Sue Storm, Thing, Captain America, and Thor. Pretty cool cover. Jim Lee and Brandon Choi. Interesting. Yeah, so just picked that up because I was missing that too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Everyone who subscribes and comments and everything, it means a lot. So I'll look forward to watching everyone's videos, seeing what everyone picked up, and I mentioned I was getting an eBay haul a couple of videos back, and that should be coming either later today or tomorrow, so I'll probably put up a video when that comes. It's just some cool back issues I got for pretty cheap, so whatever. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, and take care.